Hey everyone, welcome to this week's watch list review. Here was this week's watch list video from the video I did the other day. I think it was Sunday night actually. I have not looked at this yet. I have no idea how any of these did. They may have all sucked. They might have all did good. I really don't know. I did trade crowd um, when it broke above the 2, and I believe I stopped out on that because it turned around and reversed right away. So that's the only one I traded, but I do remember seeing this TMUS, T-Mobile, pop up on some of my scans during the week. So I don't know what was going on with it, but we'll take a look. I was actually picking at the drop, so I don't know what it did. Let's take a look. I have no idea how any of these did, so we're going to find out. I had T-Mobile to break to the low side, First Solar and Palo Alto Networks to break above the inside candle, and crowdsource to break above the 2 candle, the 1 2 1 2 followed by 2 down followed by 2 up. Break above the 2 down will make a 1 2 2, which is called rev strat in the strat world. So let's take a look. T-Mobile, uh, and this week was another tough week in the markets. There's just a lot of chop going on right now. A lot of news going on, not news, waiting on news, with the government shutdown, with COVID stuff. There's just a lot of news right now. Just like the market's just waiting around. We're still hanging around those highs, and we're just waiting to see what they want to do. If they want to start taking some profits and shaking the tree, or if they want to they want to wait and see what's going on, consolidate a little bit, and run back up again. So we're kind of in, I don't want to call it no man's land because to me, no man's land's right in the middle of a range, and we're not in the middle of a range. We're near closer to the top of the range. But it's just been tough, just been a struggle to get anything going, get any follow through, any continuity. If you look at the daily on SPY, I mean, look at this from here, from back on early September, it's been selling off. But you look here, we had a gap down, followed by an inside day, followed by another gap down, or not gap down, but another down day, followed by another down day. Although it was green, it was still gap down. Actually, this one would have gapped up and then pulled back and then shot up. Followed by another down day, followed by, yeah, it's 2 up, but basically it's an inside day. Um, just a lot of if you take away this part of the, let me look at it this way. Let's do this. You look at that, that's an ugly chart. It's really hard to play that chart. And that's kind of what we've been dealing with for a few weeks now. So, but they say September and October is the 2 worst months of the year for trading. So, um, I'm kind of hoping so because I'm not doing real good this month. Last month, I don't think it. Last month was okay. This month I'm not doing too good, but it's only a weekend. I'm also playing around with a new strategy. I don't want to. I don't want to do a video on it yet until I test it some more. It's not necessarily a new strategy. It's something I used before in the past, and I kind of got away from it. But I'm trying to incorporate it now into the strat. Now that I've learned the strat, I did pretty good with the strat, but I'm trying to get a little bit better, a little bit more consistency and better entry. So trying to incorporate some of the stuff I've learned in the past. So I'm playing around with that right now. Yesterday I was 3 out of 4 with that strategy, and the fourth one was a break even. I shouldn't say break even. I paid, I don't know, let's just say $1.51, and I sold it for $1.50, so it was basically a break even. The other 3 I had a 35% winner, 14.5% winner, and I think an 11% winner yesterday. Today I tried the same strategy, and it didn't quite work out. Didn't follow through. Nothing followed through, and I stopped out of almost every one of them. But I'm going in real light. I'm only going in one contract each just to test it. I know I could paper trade it, but you don't always get the exact fills on paper trading. Um, I've seen on Thinkorswim paper trading where you might have your sell order set at, let's just say $2, and it actually, in reality, it'll sell. It'll say it sold. It'll actually sell your paper trade, but in reality, it only went to $1.90, $1.95. It never actually went to $2. So in the real world, that wouldn't have sold. So, and if you're not realistic about it, you're cheating yourself. So, um, I'd say the best way to do it is probably to do it, just actually write it on paper. If you want to do, if you want to get the feel of trading options, use the Thinkorswim paper trade or whatever paper trade platform you can find. Use it because you'll get the feel of it. You'll know where everything is. You'll know where the buttons are. You'll know how to do it. But if you want the realism, as close to realistic as you can as far as profits and losses, then I would just write it down on paper. Write down your entry on paper. Write down your exit on paper. Write down the high that it got to. Did it hit your target? Did it not hit your target? Because it's not twice paper trading. I took $1,000 account to $5,000. The first time was in a month. The second time was in like 6 weeks. In the real world, I couldn't do it, and I don't think it was because of emotions. Because I wasn't being real aggressive. I didn't have any anxiety when I was going in and trading. I wasn't trading like my whole account, so it's not like there was panic or anything. It just, the fills just weren't as realistic as they needed to be. And actually, I think the first time I went from 1,000 to 7,000 in a month. Second time I went to 1,000 to 5,000 in like 6 weeks. But that was paper trading. Like I said, when I tried it with real money, I couldn't do it. I did good. I just couldn't get there that fast because I just didn't have the realistic fills on paper trading. So anyway, enough of that. So here's the weekly chart. Yeah, this one definitely worked out. T-Mobile. We're looking for a break below this inside candle, break below 125.86. Come down to the daily for targets, and you see we broke below it right here. This one was our low for our low of the last week, this candle. We broke below it here, which was Monday, and we had some green candles, but all week it just dropped. We had a 3 candle here, an outside candle here, and you probably would have got stopped out if you traded it the way that I kind of recommend. And I'm not saying it's the right way. Maybe your way is better. I'm not telling you have to do it the way I'm saying here, but once you get to past this first target, move your stop to about halfway between these two. Once you break through the second target, move your stop to halfway between these two. In that case, you would have had your stop here. You probably would have got stopped out here. Who knows? This is a pretty good move here. It was a $2 move. You may have moved your stop a little bit further. Maybe moved your stop to the bottom of this candle or maybe the open of this candle. Either way, you would have hit a couple of targets at least. But let's take a look at the 60 and see how that would have played out. Because I like to do that because, like I said, sometimes if you look at the bigger time frames, it looks like, oh yeah, it worked out perfect. But then you look at the smaller time frames and you see it would have stopped you out before you would have hit targets. So we actually would have came down and triggered right here. Now the trigger is 125.86. The low was 125.77, so it was only 9 cents. I like to give it a few cents before I jump in. Would I have jumped in this? I don't know. I don't know if I would have jumped in this yet or not. I may have waited because it's not. I like to get a little bit more confirmation. 9 cents isn't a huge confirmation, especially at 10:30 on a Monday morning. And that was actually not even 10:30 because that probably happened a lot earlier. If we break it down further, the 15-minute, go back to Monday on the 15-minute and just show you here how it would have happened more real time. Monday, see it popped up, came down, This candle opened here, shot down, shot right back up, and that was our 9 cent move, 9 cent move below it. The next one, this would have been a better entry. Like I said, even if you did enter here when it popped below this, I'm going to say based on this candle that we opened here, obviously, popped up just a little bit, came down, triggered, came back up and closed here, and then the next candle opened here, and from there it was just off to the races to the downside. So you wouldn't have quite hit target one here, and like I said, if you would have had your stop would have been your entry was here, your stop would have been roughly here, you wouldn't have stopped out over here. Then you came down, you took out target one, you came up, and you probably would have stopped out here, so you would have at least got target one. Probably would have stopped out. Once you broke target one, you probably would have moved your stop to about here, and you would have stopped out on this candle here, but you still would have hit target one. So I try to look at them realistic, and I know I say that every week, but I know there's new people watching that maybe didn't hear it last week. You're cheating yourself. You're not being realistic if you say, oh, look at one, but you look at the smaller time frames, and yeah, you would have stopped out before you hit your target, and it's not doing anybody any good to play that way. So this one here, we were looking for a break above the inside candle here last week, break above 97.50. We got that break, but we didn't quite hit target one. Now the candle's still looking good. I wouldn't have still be in this trade, but this actually doesn't look like a bad setup here. If I would have been in this trade, and if I would have stayed in it for, if I would have, sorry about that. My granddaughter's here and I just heard her scream, but I think she's goofing around. So anyway, just want to make sure my wife's up there with her, but I heard her scream. She's 7 years old. I think she's just playing. So anyway, sorry about that distraction. If I would have bought this a couple of weeks out, let's say I would have bought October 15th, the monthlies, I may still be in this because this looks like a good setup, and it still may hit target one. So this isn't I don't know I don't know that I'd get in it right now at this point, but if you got in it here, I see no problem with staying in it. Okay, Palo Alto Networks. And the reason this video is a little bit late tonight is because I only worked half a day today, so I was gone at noon, so I didn't see the close. Wasn't around here for the close. So this one here, I was looking for a break above. I don't know what it did first. We'll take a look at it on the shorter time frames, but it did hit target one and target two. If we come down to the 60, you see we're looking for a break above. Okay, here's Monday morning. Here's where we got our break above. So we took out target one and target two right away on Thursday morning. Yesterday morning we triggered and went straight up and broke both targets. So this was definitely a winner, definitely a good trade. And crowdsource. Crowdsource. We're looking for a break to the upside on this for a rev strat. A rev strat is an inside candle followed by a 2 in one direction followed by a 2 back in the other direction. We didn't get that. We have an inside candle followed by a 2 down followed by another 2 down. This would have had to have been a 2 up to be a rev strat. It never triggered, so it was no play. Quick review. T-Mobile hit all targets. Hit all targets. We actually hit really close to target one before we bounced back up, but like I said, you probably would have still had your stop up here somewhere about right here, so you wouldn't have got stopped out. So you would have hit targets 1 and 2 and halfway between 2 and 3 before you would have bounced up and got stopped out. So T-Mobile was didn't hit every target, but it hit 2 of them, so that would have been a winner. First Solar, same thing. Actually, no, this one didn't hit a target. It still would have been a nice win, but it didn't hit a target. So First Solar is not a winner. Palo Alto was a winner, just in that one 60-minute candle, it triggered and broke all targets. And Crowdsource was also a winner. Why am I not? Or no, Crowdsource was no trigger. So 3 winners and no. Actually, 2 winners. One that broke good but didn't quite hit its target, and one that didn't trigger at all. So not a bad week. I think that would have been a profitable week had you followed it. Unfortunately I didn't follow it. Like I said, I think I did trade T-Mobile. I think I did get in when it broke below here, and then I stopped out when it popped back up above. I have my stops, or actually this was the trigger here. I think I did get in here and I stopped out right away, but I was using really tight stops, especially on Monday mornings. So, alright, that's my video for this week. I'll do some scans, get some more going for you, try to get another video out before Tuesday morning for next week's watch list. And I'm going to continue working on my new, I shouldn't call it a new strategy because it's something that's been out there. I'm just trying to incorporate it with the strat. But I'm going to work on that and, you know, see if I can get some consistency on it and go from there. And part of the reason why I'm doing that is because my job, I have a ton of meetings. And I often get pulled into meetings just out of the blue. I work from home, so you know, we use Microsoft Teams, and I might jump in a trade, or maybe I'm watching something, waiting for an entry, and somebody calls me and I have to jump in a call, and I miss the trade, or I miss my entry, or I'm already in and I miss my exit because I'm busy paying attention to work. So I'm trying to make it a little bit more work friendly, that I can set my stops and my targets at well-defined places and just have alerts. And as soon as the alert goes off, I don't need to even look at anything. I'm trying to set up alerts to where all my criteria is in there before the alert even goes off. So if the alert goes off, I can just glance at it and know whether or not it's a good entry. And it's I'm gonna have my targets and stops already set. So when I get in, I might have to drag them just a little bit to fine tune my stops and targets, but it'll make things a lot easier. Like I said, yesterday I worked 3 out of 4 trades, and the one I stopped, I broke even because it was getting towards the end of the day and I didn't want to hold it overnight. So, but I'll work on that. Sorry for dragging this video out, but I'll work on that, and once I feel confident enough in it, yeah, I've only been working on it for 2 days now, so once I get confident enough in it, I'll put a video out for it. So thanks for watching. See you guys later, and hope you did good this week, and talk to you soon. Bye.